Well, hello, everybody. Jeffrey Cranford, again, Matt MacConnell, Director of Golf here at the Madison Club in La Quinta, California, one of the premier, unbelievable. You won't ever get the chance to play it, but if you do, it's phenomenal. And one of my dear friends, we're back with you talking a little bit about golf, and it's unbelievable the parallels it has between our faith walk with Jesus and golf. And today we want to continue with another fundamental, which is posture. So posture, Matt, talk to me. I know you got a couple of stories. Talk to me a little bit about posture. Last week you talked about Elkington with Dick just working on grip, and I'm like, aren't you past that stage? Well, tell me a little bit about posture.
I think one of the big things is when you talk about the fundamentals of the golf swing is you always continue to work on those, Jeff. You never get past the fundamentals.
Wow.
And one of the big things, one of the stories I was thinking of just a second ago before we went on camera here was one of my dearest friends, Ben Crane, who plays on the PGA Tour. Ben is constantly working on his posture. As a matter of fact, on his 7-iron, he has marks on the shaft which denote exactly how far he should stand from the ball with his driver, 7-iron, wedges. So his posture never changes and allows him to get in a position where he can consistently deliver the club back to the golf ball the way he wants to.
Now, is that hard for you to get? I mean, you feel a lot. It's kind of like with the Bible. You say, well, I read that story, 3 or 4 years ago. I don't need to read that story again. You're saying for these guys who really want to be effective, I'm going to have to read that story every day in some ways. I got to be in it and on top of it all the time.
And if you're not in it every day, how easy it is to get away from, in the case of golf, proper posture.
That's powerful.
But in faith,
same.
If we get away from the word, we start to get lost very easily.
Absolutely. Well, I know you got another story too. So Ben is he's got his irons taped to know exactly. You said you had another story too.
Well, I think the other thing for all of us to realize is as we get older and we look at our posture, what are our limitations? How can we get into good posture? Do we have the ability to bend over the right way? How are we going to adjust our golf swing to compensate? But just like in our walk, Jeff, it's as we grow older, so many times we think we own it or we've got it, but we continually need to go back, look at the stories, revisit, and just listen to the Spirit talk to us and help us learn what we need to learn through God's message.
There's no question about it. When I think about posture before God, there's only one place. He's creator. We're creation, and so 1 Peter talks about Peter's first letter. He says, humble yourselves before the Lord, and at the proper time, he'll raise you up, at the proper time. And so we get this sense. And then Jesus, if you ever felt like you really needed a humbling moment, his disciple, Jesus is about to go to the cross in John chapter 15. He's walking down through the Kidron Valley, and there's some grapevines there, and he begins to use those as an expression. He says, look, I am the vine, you are the branch, and apart from me, look, you guys can't do anything. Now, could they do something? They were fishermen, they were tax collectors. Of course they could do something. But in the spiritual realm, they could do nothing. So what Jesus was saying, your posture before God has to be a recognition that, you're created in the image of God, but at the same time, you are creation. You are a totally dependent in the unseen realm on your posture before me, not too dissimilar from golf. We are very dependent on how we're able to get to the ball. If somebody squats back and leans back on his heels, he or she's going to have a real struggle in returning the club with, number one, on the right path, with the right face, and really going to struggle to get any speed. And so our posture before the Lord and our posture in golf are really interesting similarities as well. And so I hope that's helpful for you. And if you want good posture, go look at Adam Scott. Just look at Adam Scott's posture. You say, I wonder what good posture is. Go YouTube and hit Adam Scott, and you'll find out what good posture is for you. And if you say, I can't do that, then find a local PGA pro, and he'll help you out a little bit. All right. Well, hope that was helpful, and I'm looking forward to the next segment because we're going to kind of move away from that a little bit and move on into the mechanics a little bit next week.